Welcome or welcome back to my channel. I'm Amanda and today I'm using my Counterfeit Kit challenge for November to finish up November. And I had done this page earlier this month. And then while I was doing stuff, I found all of these pictures. And I went, ah, crud, because I still want to use them. But look at all the pictures. I was like, man. So, yep, there's lots of them. There's some that I have doubles of too that are just going to go into a pile, but I decided I was going to do a 9x12 pocket page to do a companion bit for this because I didn't have enough I just have scraps. And so this is my baby Yuja scraps layout, and I'm going to use the scraps here to tie the second page in because a lot of the embellishments they used, I don't have anything to match them either. So of the things that happen. This is because I have pictures in like all sorts of different spots, and then I don't look at all the spots before I actually scrapbook. So that's my bad. So just trimming these down because this is a pocket page from the scrap room, but they're not quite 4x6. They're not quite 3x4. They're like, and the left side is not the same as the right. It is what it is. Whatever. Actually, they could be a Studio Calico 9x12 too. One of the two. I don't know. They're old. I've had them for a while. So every once in a while, I use Pocket Page to do this. I did do Project Life for a little while, so I do have quite a few Pocket Pages. There was a couple of years there that I did lots of Project Life, and I actually prefer doing 12x12 layouts to Project Life, but it was a good way when I wasn't scrapbooking very much and didn't have the time. I found Pocket Pages a little bit more accessible to do because I could literally do a 4x6 card and walk away and then come back a little bit later and do another card. And so if you don't have a lot of time to scrapbook and you're like, oh, I still want to get the stuff down, maybe doing a Project Life kind of thing would work, where you don't have to do everything that you've, like some people do like every single week, and to each their own, and that's lovely if you have pictures and the drive to do every week for everything. It's not me. So I do have like camp pictures and all sorts of things that we do, and definitely some everyday stuff, and not judging at all for those of you who do every single week. I commend you. I am jealous. I can't. So you might have noticed that I am using the branding on the sticker sheet for the name of the collection for Welcome Fall as a sticker that I'm going to use. So yes. So I made the card with the little bit of plaid that I have on the outside of the layout that I'm trying to make this coordinate with. And then this Welcome Fall is going to go like that, and I like that. I'm going to add these stickers here right now, but those are going to come off. I didn't feel like they matched after I got other stuff going, so not a big deal. That truck would have worked really well in there too, instead of the taggy bit and the words. So, and then this word bit says my favorite season. It is not my youngest's favorite season anymore. Her favorite season is now winter, but it was for a very long time. So, and then this is Girl Guide Camp, and my kiddo is the one you can see if you can see her face. That is mine. The other kids I have covered up because they don't need their faces on the internet if their families don't want them on the internet or don't know if they're on the internet. And so I try to do that with anybody that I haven't okayed them being online with. So, except my own kids, my own family, they don't get that same thing. Cutting this off, making sure there were other directions, so not a big deal. My kiddo and one of the other leaders and her kiddo and the other kiddo leader's kiddo were outside, and these three sure like to do what they wanted to do and not what everybody else was doing, which was totally fine. And we made it work. But it was pretty funny that it was the 3-liter kids that were always like, hey, we want to do this instead. So they wanted to start the fire for hot dogs and stuff later. They wanted to build a teepee fort around so they gathered branches. They just always had such a grand old time and figuring out and exploring what they wanted to do. And I'm sure they probably still are that way. So I know mine is. I haven't seen these other 2 little ones for a while, but personality wise, I imagine they still do what they want to do and explore what they want to explore. And that's just kind of how their personality was. So anyways, I should check with both those leaders and see, because I still talk to them. I just don't really see the kiddos as much, so, or at all. So, it is what it is. So looking at some of my other scraps, I'm going to use this piece. And I think that came from, it was either Hello Fall or Welcome Fall, because I had both of those fall collections from Echo Park, and they both made it into my kit this month. So that's what I'm mostly pulling from, actually. And then that plaid piece of paper is not, I think it was a Pebbles paper, but it came from a Studio Calico kit from a long time ago. So I'm just doing a little bit of embellishing. You could see I took that leaf paper and made a banner out of it, added a different scrap piece there for the 4x6. Looking at what I have, I'm like, I want some more of this pattern. This one, I thought it was good to tie in a few spaces, just because it is the border of my main one, and then I have a little bit of the leaf in one spot, so it ties it in, and then using some of my other stuff. So I did have some of these tags that I used on the other one, so I am going to look for the exact one that I used on the layout so that I can make that work. I'm just going to trim down some of this white bits because it's not sitting very nicely, and so I'm just going to glue it onto the other side of this card, because why not? And then this one's going to go on here, and it's going to go a little askew, and I did that on purpose because the pictures in my layout are askew, and so I didn't want everything super straight, because I thought it would tie in better if it wasn't. So some different design choices there. And then the tag that was on, well, I guess the double-ended tag that was on my layout. What do you call that? It's kind of like a banner piece, but it's not. I don't know. Anyways, that piece, which you see a little bit of it right now, was from Basic Gray, and so I pulled out what I had from the Basic Gray collection, and I used one of the orange pieces on the other side, but I didn't use any of the other stuff. It is what it is. I thought that worked really well with the colors, and that's that one that matches. And then I had these leaves still out on my desk because these were for my forgery that I haven't used yet. I've tried to use, I haven't used. So they are going to make it on here because I'm going to use them. It's the last day to do this. I don't want extra leaves that I'm not going to use. So I'm going to use what I use. So yay. So I thought this would look cute going across the tags. And I'm going to use the side that has a little bit of blue in it and a little bit of like a purpley color, which is in the almost the same colors in that plaid that I have. And I thought that tied in really well. And then I slide that back in and I'm like, oh, I really don't like those stickers. And so I'm thinking about using this and doing something with this piece to tie it in. So it's going to go across the top and it's going to get a leafy bit. I'm trying the different leafy bits. Nope, it's going to be this one, and it's going to be the back side, which is more of that orangey color, just because the other one had too much blue is what I figured for being on that one. And then I'm going to put this Hello Pumpkin on there because they're also little and cute. I think they're all Sparks right now. So if you know Girl Guides, Sparks is the first year that they do Girl Guides. We had a multi-unit group, and so we had Sparks all the way up to Pathfinders, and so that was a lot of fun. Like 5-year-olds, 6-year-olds to 15-year-olds was a lot of fun. The 15-year-olds were great with the little ones, but still got to do some of the stuff they wanted to do too. I loved it. I absolutely loved it. We had a homeschool group too. So all of our girls homeschooled. And so we met during the day on Fridays. And so that was great because it wasn't an evening thing. And then we could go camping earlier. And oh, it was so much fun. Miss those days. So then this is going to go on this side instead because I put the 2018 in the same font as the Loving Fall Camp. And then this is when I decide I definitely got to take those off and use a couple of these because they're sitting here, and why not get them used. And so I'm going to use more of that amber orangey side. I don't even know what color to call that. It's a yellowy orange. I don't know. It's a weird color. It's old paper that I used for this. Old paper, like probably 2000 paper, literally like 2000. And then so I decided that's done. So this is what it looks like together, with all those note pieces covering faces, but there we go. And then I'm going to bring it up for some close-ups. I also have some close-ups that have just hearts on their faces instead, so you can see a little bit more of the pictures, instead of those big orange tags. So there's that one. The group is kind of cute. And that one. And then here is the side you'll see with the layout that I did. So yay, there they are. And thank you so much for watching today. I will have my other video linked and any groups and blogs and that kind of stuff linked below as well. Thank you so much for being here. Like, subscribe, give a comment if you would like. And thank you so much. Have a great day.